Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to a new episode of Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. We finally did it. We're finally in Microsoft 2024. We're on board the Airbus A330-200 with the General Electric engines today on the ground in Atlanta, and we're going to be crossing the pond over into Barcelona. So, we got our pre-departure clearance ready to go here. So I'll go ahead and read that off to you. We're going to squawk 3515 today, and we're cleared to Barcelona via the Phil 3 departure, Hartwell transition. We'll maintain 10,000 feet, and we'll expect flight level 390, 10 minutes after departure. Departure frequency this evening is going to be 132.975. We'll operate with mode Charlie, and we'll contact ground south end of the ramp. So, get pushed back here. But right now we have passengers boarding 238 passengers tonight. So we are pretty loaded down here. I'll go ahead, close the cockpit. Dang, that was aggressive. Just so that way we don't forget. And I would open the window, however, I'm a little worried it's gonna crash. It's gonna wreck the game, because that has happened to me, unfortunately, on previous flights. Not in this aircraft and not in 2024, but just past flights. So I'm just going to hold off on doing that. Anyways, AP is ready to go. So we can go ahead, turn external power off. And now we just wait for the boarding to be completed. Alright, before we depart here, I want to sneak in a really quick walk around of the jet here, just so I can kind of show it off to you guys. Looking at the nose gear, everything looks good there. Make our way over, check the engine, all looks good. Just checking everything. We'll get up there. We'll have our, if we're not up there in time, we'll have our first officer do the announcement for us while we just check to make sure that everything is in tip-top shape. That was that Southwest jet that just departed right there. Alright, going to the outside view. Checking the elevator, everything looks good. And then we'll go over here. Say hi to the ground crew. Check this wheel right here. Everything looks to be in order. I'm doing a very brief version of this walk around, just so that way we can get out here on time. Check the engine. Man, it's loud out here today. And yeah, that's the ground power unit that we can go ahead and have them disconnect for us because we no longer need it. But yeah. That's our walk around. A very expedited walk around, albeit, but a walk around nonetheless. Alright, boarding has just been completed. We'll go ahead, give the pre-departure announcement, and get on out of here. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard Delta Airlines Flight 194 with service to Barcelona. On behalf of your flight crew, I'd like to welcome you on board. Flight time today, we're looking about 8 hours, 26 minutes across the pond into Spain. We'll expect a couple bumps coming out of here from Atlanta, as we do have some gusty winds. But once we get up to our cruise altitude, we do expect a smooth ride. We will be pushing back from the gate here momentarily, so we do ask that you find those seat belts fastened them tight. Flight attendants will now be coming around with a very important safety briefing. We do ask that your full, undivided attention as there are the safety operations of this Airbus A330. We appreciate your business on board this flight. If there's anything we do to make your flight any more enjoyable, please don't hesitate to ask. Welcome on board. Alright, we'll go ahead and have them prepare us for pushback and departure now. Get the chocks gone. Oh, cabin lights. Yeah, we'll have the lights on for now. Chocks.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
I'll double check to make sure the chocks are gone. Alright, all engines are clear, starting at will. Starting engine number 2.
795.
Engine 533 Atlanta, sure, ready for taxi. Allegiant 533, runway, taxi runway 35 via Alpha, the altimeter 3012. 35 via Alpha, Allegiant 533.
Alright, have a good engine start, engine number 2. Starting engine number 1.
Citation 1 Echo Charlie. You're cleared to the Atlanta airport via direct Hobbit and the Hobbit 3, climb and maintain flight level 270.
Direct Hobbit, climb and maintain 270.
Delta 6441, contact Charlotte, approach 120.1.
Okay, good engine
Thanks
start.
for your help.
Go ahead.
Cockpit to ground. We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
Alright. Go ahead and turn
Delta
that off.
314, direct
That's
wallet.
mildly annoying.
Direct wallet, 314.
Floodlight, there we go. Get the floodlight going a little bit there. And we'll figure the rest out here shortly. Alright, there's the bypass pin. Thank you very much, ma'am.
November 717 Sierra Mike.
Got everything that we need. Ready to get going. 27 right. So we're planning for departure.
November 80 Foxtrot.
Get ready to head over to the south end of the ramp.
Terminated, screen change crews, a good flight to Providence.
Alright, so what are you going to call me?
And then call the taxi.
Yep.
Atlanta Tower, Delta 194, heavy with you, south end of the ramp, ready for taxi information, Papa on board.
Delta 194, Atlanta Tower, runway 27 right, that could be at Lima Alpha.
Runway 27 right via Lima Alpha, Delta 194, heavy.
Tower, Delta line 252, 180 knots or greater. 180 knots or greater, Delta 92. Delta 212, turn right. Atlanta Tower, Delta 9252, official football, runway 27 right, clear for takeoff.
RNAV football, runway 27 right, clear for takeoff, Delta 194, heavy.
Delta 212,
Alright, takeoff checklist.
I was trying to get a VFR guy in between you and the preceding aircraft, but he just disconnected. I apologize. No worries, it's up.
Lights set to take off. Cabin crew notified. We'll line her up. Pause. And go.
Like 1449 heavy, ready, speed at 210.
210, 1449.
Like 1449, travel to Apollo 11 at 12 o'clock, 5 miles, 7-3 out of 5,400. Report them or the field in sight.
Inside, 1449.
Takeoff power set.
Like 1449, follow the traffic, clear visual approach runway 26 right.
Follow the traffic,
clear visual approach runway 26 right, ready for 49.
Vera. 100 knots, cross check.
Approach American 2041 is looking to confirm clear to send via the arrival.
I'm sorry, I neglected you. American 2041, clear Canes, descend and maintain 4,000.
Maintain 4,000, American 2041.
Delta 212, maintain 180 knots or greater until AJ. At AJ, contact tower 1100 point.
Pause, ready to climb. Gear up.
Tower at agent 2 up.
FedEx 1449 Heavy, maintain 180 knots until AJ. At AJ, contact tower 119.1.
180 till AJ at AJ Tower, put the freedom. Delta 212, field on site.
Turn autopilot on for help with speed management.
Got a 194 Heavy, contact departure.
Order departure, Delta 194 Heavy. See ya. Atlanta departure, Delta 194 Heavy is with you, passing through 4,500 feet.
Got a 194 Heavy, Atlanta departure with our contact. Climb and maintain 14,000.
Climb maintain 14,000, Delta 194 Heavy. Go flaps up. One 4,000 feet.
Atlanta departure, priority 5.
Oh my goodness, I completely forgot about you. Hold on. 35 Heavy, cleared to ready to copy.
We're ready to
Got on site.
It's kind of ironic they forgot the guy whose call sign is
American
priority.
2041, join the final at or outside of AJ. Clear visual approach, runway 26 right.
We'll join the final at or outside AJ, cleared to visual 26 right, American.
On the clock here.
Got a 194 Heavy, contact Atlanta Center 132.907, good day.
Order 132.907, Delta 194 Heavy, good day.
Got a 212.
Atlanta Center, Delta 194 Heavy with you, passing through 10,000 feet for 140. What?
Delta 194, Atlanta Center, welcome, climb maintain flight level 390.
Climb maintain level 390, Delta 194 Heavy. So I guess logo lights don't work, which is weird, but you know what? It's not a big deal. Not gonna worry about it. Just means we're not gonna have much exterior cruise views then, which it's fine. It's boring anyway. Yeah, we're gonna keep climbing. Alright, we've reached cruising altitude for the flight. Good, turn seatbelts off. We'll notify the cabin. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain flight deck. Wanted to inform you that we have reached our cruising altitude for the flight. Going now for the cabin. Whenever we do, ask you please refrain from congregating the front galleys, as well as get out of the flight attendant's way as they try to complete dinner service.
November 1750, flight level 394,
Thank you.
Yorktown, en route to Nashville.
Change crew, have a good rest of your flight.
Frequency is approved, Delta 194, God bless.
Alright, we'll see ya. Delta 97 Kilo, you can maintain Mach point 78. Maintain Mach point 78, Delta 97 Kilo.
Alright. Over to the dark side. So now it's just us and the sky for now. Alright, so we're pretty much on the edge of Canada right now. About to fly over Newfoundland. So, since this is pretty much the view for the rest of the night, although, however, look at that sky, that's awesome. Sorry, I just noticed that. That is beautiful. But anyways, yeah, this is pretty much the view for the next, oh, I don't know. Next 6 hours or so. Well, maybe 5-ish once the sun starts to rise. So yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and chill. I'll let you know if anything interesting happens. But yeah, hopefully next time I'll see you, the sun should be rising. Fast approaching our top descent here. So go ahead. Get this going. Yeah, 6,000. Get that right there. And we are minimum fuel. Barcelona did log on, so we'll see when they beep us. 5% reached, but anyways, go ahead and get those passengers in those seats, and we'll go ahead and talk to them now. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your Captain Flight Deck. We have begun our initial descent down into Barcelona. We ask that at this time return to your seats for seatbelts securely fastened. Flight attendants now be coming around with one last cabin check. We ask that they hand over any trash that you may have to make clear process on the ground a lot easier. You know you have a choice when it comes to an airline, so we're like choosing Delta to take you on your way to Barcelona. Thank you. Yeah, we're experiencing some turbulence going over these mountains here. Nothing to be concerned about. What I'm more worried about is we are minimum fuel at this time. I think we'll make it to Barcelona. I'm like 99% sure that we'll make it there. However, we're still going to monitor the situation. In the meantime, we'll do auto brakes low and we'll prepare to land in Barcelona at this time. Alright, well we started climbing again. God only knows why. But Barcelona just beeped us, so go ahead and contact them now. Barcelona Center, good morning. Delta 194 Heavy with you, passing through flight level 350. Planning on the Puma 1 Zulu arrival, planning for the ILS runway 24 right.
Delta 194 Barcelona, muy buenas, identified flight level 350, cleared Puma 1 Zulu arrival. Expect the ILS Zulu approach runway 24 left and the Sabadell Sierra Lima Lima 2 Whiskey transition.
Still 0 Whiskey. Okay. Cleared the Puma 1 Zulu arrival, and we'll expect ILS Zulu approach with Citadel transition. Delta 194 Heavy. I think that was correct. Anyways, I gotta get this.
Delta 194 Heavy descent flight level 70.
Sorry, can you say again for Delta 194? Alright, so to preface something here. Over these next couple of minutes, you're gonna hear me ask for the instructions to be repeated a lot of times. This is because when I was recording this, the aircraft was super loud in my headset. Not sure if that's coming across in the video, because as I'm editing this, the noise balance sounds fine. But in the moment, I could not understand half of what this controller was saying. And that is, again, because the aircraft was loud. His mic was also kind of low when I was doing this. And also, it was 4 o'clock in the morning, my time, while this was happening. So I was a little bit out of it and running on a blue raspberry ice drink. So I am very sorry. You will hear me ask the instructions over and over again. Please bear with me. Anyways, back to the video.
Delta 194, descend flight level 70.
Send flight level 70, Delta 194.
Only one Tango Fox, descent altitude 2300, after Deborah, cleared ILS above.
Departure for runway 24 left, initial climb to 6,000 feet, squawk 6204, speedbird 493 uniform.
493 uniform, speed backpack.
Alright, 10,000 feet.
Delta 194, are you able to accept direct Tabla? You will need to be able to descend about 2,300 or just below 3,000 for that.
This aircraft right up. Roger, we should be able to accept that, Delta 194.
Delta 194, fly direct Tabla, descend 2,300, after Tabla cleared ILS, approach runway 24 right.
Alright, I am so sorry. I need to get my audio figured out one more time for Delta 194.
Delta 194, no worries, fly direct Tabla and descent altitude 2300, QNH is 1011. After Tabla, cleared ILS to approach runway 24 right.
Oh my gosh, I can't understand. Oh, okay. Direct climb. Down to... Okay. At Tabla. Okay, direct Tabla. Thank you for that message, Barcelona Center. Sorry about that, Delta 194. Direct Tabla down to 230, QNH 1011. After Tabla, cleared ILS, Zulu approach. Delta 194 Heavy.
194 Heavy, no worries, and just for your information, free speed.
Alright, we are direct.
For that field. Break, Delta 194, wind 030 degrees, 340 degrees, apologies, 3 knots, going for right, clear left.
Runway Runway 24 right, clear to land. Delta 194.
1000.
Barcelona control to reach clear for the clear. Barcelona.
That field. Field inside.
Barcelona, muy buenas, clear destination Düsseldorf is filed. Darling 6, expect departure out of
Higher
full
ground.
left. Initially climb 6,000 feet, squall 1,000. Clear destination and fast fire, the Darling 6, expect departure runway 24 left, initial 6,000 for 1,000 to jet clear for whiskey. 3 of whiskey, respect correct. Delta 194, when able, vacate to left.
Vacating left, Delta 194.
Delta 194, welcome to Barcelona, turn right on November, that is the most right taxiway, then left, Delta Sierra, and gate of choice in the corner.
Right, November, and...
194 left of Delta Sierra.
Left on Delta 0. Sorry, can you give us a moment here? We got something going on here.
194, if you're able to taxi on to November, then it's all yours. You're currently still blocking the runway.
We got your way. On to November, Delta 194. Thank you. Okay, how do I... Good
Roger 3
Lord.
Echo Whiskey, pushback and startup is approved, QNH 1011, face southwest, expect cross, runway 24 right.
Alright, apparently all I had to do was go into the outside view.
Say again for speed before
I feel so bad. I've been such a nuisance this flight.
493 uniform taxi, Hollywood.
But everything's just been so loud. And then that was blaring in my ear. Oh my gosh, I feel like I'm shouting right now.
Taxi holding
1,
point
2, 3, 4,
24
5.
left via Kilo crossing runway 02, speedbird 493.
Strobe lights off. And of course, thanks to Microsoft Flight Sim 2024, all gates are taken. Hold on. Alright. Another gate.
Jet 3 Alpha Whiskey, request taxi. To Jet 3 Alpha Whiskey, taxi, holding point runway 24
And yeah,
left
I'm not
via
gonna
Delta,
hit her,
cruise
so
24 right, and cruise runway 0.
parking brake set. If you bleed on.
Taxi holding point
And shutting
runway
down
24 left via
engines
Delta,
1
cross
and
runway
2.
24 right, and cross runway 02 to Jet 3 Alpha Whiskey.
Beacon and wing lights and taxi lights off. Perfect.
Easy, think go side.
Runway 24 left, clear for takeoff, speedbird 493 uniform.
Alright, well, we just got the deboarding requested. We'll go ahead, turn off those fasten seatbelt signs. Ground, we'll ask them to set the chocks for us. Toggle the ground power unit. Turn those cabin lights all the way on.
Passengers deboarding starting.
And they're gonna get off now. Sweet, fantastic. Well, anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed. It was a fun flight. Just some minor kinks to work out, as it is my first ever flight in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. Some problems are to be expected, but overall, a really good flight. I think it's safe to say that this was a successful first Microsoft Flight Sim 2024 flight. And I am excited to push out more content in this new sim. Anyways, thank you guys so much to that Barcelona controller for dealing with me. I was a bit of a problem there, not gonna lie. As you probably can hear, it's really loud, so I'll have to, like, A, turn all this way down in post, and B, I'm gonna have to turn it down in my sim for the next flight. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. God bless, and I hope to see you on a later flight. Take care.